What it?
What's going on, my man?
Chilling. Just Friday. Well, now it's afternoon. Friday afternoon business. Welcome, welcome, everybody. We giving it a quick minute so everybody can get logged on. We appreciate everybody coming over. Try to go on the Insta world right quick to try to get people to come over to catch the ghost.tv. But those of you on here probably already know and you're joining us. I can see people in the chat room. If you're on Catch the Ghost.tv and you happen to go click the link to head over to the chat room, I could see you on there. Otherwise, I can't see the Facebook stuff. I know I'm broadcasting to Facebook too, which is dope, but um, I won't be able to see that. So if you happen
Are,
to,
are, are we on MySpace?
uh, unfortunately, I sent a letter. I had to fax in a request to MySpace, and they denied the request. they denied the
Really?
they denied the fax to allow us to stream live.
Wow. Wow.
So I followed up and I sent U.S. Certified mail to Zenga, and I asked them if we
Okay.
could be a part of their social network, and they also denied my request. Um, so it's all good. All these antiquated social networks don't know how to get with the times.
Exactly. They're the dinosaurs. They're the dinosaurs of the new age.
For real. So the people inquiring minds want to know what are those headphones you're wearing, Leaf? What's that situation right there? What's that?
I just want to hear you better. That's all.
Oh
I,
no,
I, I
I want to
decided.
know. People want to know the brand. They like the color. They want to know. They want to know the
Oh,
color of your headphones. What color are your
uh,
headphones?
they're royal blue.
Nice. Some Audix. I think those are Audix. Yeah, sick. Those are pretty tight. Welcome, everybody. I know you're getting logged on. We really appreciate you joining us for this premiere of this video. Yep, Audio Techniques, baby. Audio Technica. Um, we really appreciate you coming in and joining me and Leaf to see some of our music. A lot of you, or at least hopefully a lot of you have heard this song already. But if you haven't, you're gonna hear a version of it, like a shortened version for the music video, which is dope. And we'll definitely hit you with more information as the stream goes on. But we won't take up too much of your time this afternoon. We just want to like tell you a little bit about what's going on with us. Obviously, show you the full music video and all that. What's good, Pat? I see you in the chat room. What's good, Tsunami? Sebastian, what's up, everybody? I can see you guys in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Um,
Appreciate ya.
what up, Rose? Happy Friday. So
What's
yeah, so
going on, Rose? Long time.
people are logging in. So I wanna kick off with a little bit of like background Q&A, et cetera, et cetera. First, I want to start with something that I feel like a lot of people just don't know. Okay. So this song, Color of My Soul, is made by myself, Coflo, and my big brother here to, I think on you guys' side, he's looking like he's on my left, right here. My dude, Khalif Sellers, aka Big Leaf. So a lot of people don't know, they're hearing Kaz music, they're hearing the stuff that you've been making. You had your album that dropped a couple years ago. You got a new album in the works. You have an EP coming out in a month
Hmm.
with DJ Sparta, which is also coming out on Catch the Ghost. It's what is it? A four track hip hop, super dope. Boom bap, some stuff, sample based stuff. Really really cool music. A lot of people don't know, like they're hearing your music now. You're obviously this American pioneer, this big dance force, like physically and also just as a vibe. People don't know you've been recording music since the 90s.
Yes.
So
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit about like that pedigree of like you recording music since then? Like it doesn't have to be in anything detailed, but what you feel like sharing. I think it's just important. A lot of people don't know like you've been at this
Okay.
music for a long time.
Well, it all started with Buddha Stretch, myself, Link, and Ejo, Mop Top, and I'm trying to fix my headphones.
No doubt.
And we were a rap group. We still are, and we started out doing music, and we got signed to VP Records, which is primarily a dance hall label, and we were Mop Top slash 10 Thieves. So we released It Don't Matter back in 1995. And then in 1996, we released another single called I'm All Right. And that was underneath Mop Top. So yeah, but still on VP, Break of Dawn, which is a subsidiary of VP, which was like
Right.
their hip hop label.
Right. Right. So
And then, oh, so, okay.
no, please continue, please.
No, I'm just saying. And then over time, I did I did a song in Japan in 2000 with DJ Congo, and I've been like doing stuff with different people all over the world ever since then. You know,
Right.
like, and just trying to be consistent with, you know, because it's hard to do what we do, like teach and do music, but
Yeah.
you know,
Especially if
and
you're
then
traveling, especially because it's traveling, right? Like it takes you out of
ah,
the element and
yeah,
on a schedule
and
all the time. And
yeah, and a lot of people are surprised because they see me as this house figure or person that's prominent in the house scene, but they're surprised that I do hip hop. And I'm like, I started with hip hop. Hip hop is
right,
what I started with, you know.
right, right.
Yeah.
So here's a funny thing, and like I was, it didn't blow me away because I knew the Mop Top were a group. And I mean, I know people know it as like this collective and there's a huge dance component to it, but I knew Mop Top as a group from when, I learned about like Mop Top and Dance Fusion and Elite Force and kind of like all this, like, these different families that were real close,
Yeah.
over there in New Jersey, New York, and I knew that there was like this music component and these different like offshoots of these groups, like how it was in the 90s with different groups doing independent music, especially in hip hop. And
Hmm.
I was just like super, like I guess it made sense that there was like music being made, but like for some reason it took me years, like at least a good 10 years later, like into the mid 2000s, before I was like, oh shit, this stuff is actually pressed. Like there's physical records of these recordings, right? Which is like super dope because a lot of people are like, hey, I got an old tape that we used to rap back in the day. It's like, no, like this has been a real thing for you guys for so long. So, at least like from my side, because it's finally gotten to the point where people aren't like, yo, oh, cool, you're making music now? Because like, again, people have always associated me as like this dance person. I'm obviously not like
Hmm.
famous or nothing, but like people always know me as a dancer. So like this whole like, oh, you're making music on the side, like it's a little bit of a flip. And I think it's important to call out, just because you're my boy and we've been making music now for so long and working on stuff, that it's like, yo, Ka's been doing this for so long, like I've learned so much through your process, because it's such a like an original sample, like your way your mind works and creating for me is like totally different than how my mind works, right? So it's
Right,
like
right.
and obviously like the studio things have changed, everything's in a computer now for the most part, for fluidity. So that leads me into like, as we're getting into our song and us working together, like how would you describe the process of us working together? Like what do you feel is like the soup to nuts with that whole thing?
Okay, for me, the soup to nuts is like from when I first started, it was all in the machine. So
Yeah,
you did everything, and we used to use a SB12, which is
yeah,
really like a typewriter. It's like carrying
right,
around a typewriter. It was like
right,
as
right,
heavy as an old school typewriter.
right.
And now my drum machine is really, really light, but it
Yeah.
can kind of do the same things that an SB12 can do.
I
So
was looking for where I have it here somewhere. I just don't see it. But
you
anyways,
got the SB12? You got
no,
SB?
no, not the SB12. The machine,
Okay.
I can't
But
afford the 12. I got to buy groceries, bro. It's
yeah,
expensive.
but the only thing about it is like the sampling time, you couldn't sample as long on it. So this is where you learn how to chop things up, like make a virtual salad
Yeah,
of your ideas. So this is what I'm coming to you with my knowledge of music and all the music that I've ever heard in my life, right? All the acapellas, every single thing that's inspired me. And then when I'm sitting down and I'm sitting with you and I'm going to make a track with you, my mind is like, especially when we get to points where I'm like, hey, it would be great if we have, and I know sometimes you'll give me that strange look. I'm like, what about the sound going? You're like, what is, like, where is that? Who made that? And I'm like, wait a minute. It was
Yeah,
Aretha Franklin back in such and such a so.
yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, you described it. You described it pretty well, because, like, I'm sitting down with you a lot of the times. So just so people have some context as it goes into this particular song. I mean, because it's like the relationship isn't always formulaic, right? Like me and Khalif are good friends. Like we've hung out and done, like everything. It's not just a working relationship. So, like, a lot of things happen. We butt heads sometimes. We tell each other the truth. I think it's a really healthy way to create art, as
Yep.
like from a collaborative standpoint. Um, and, like, a lot of the times Ka comes to me with like a sketch of music, and this is like in the color of my soul. So Khalif comes to me with like a sketch, and in the music world, for the people who don't make music, a sketch is like universal language across art. Like, it's like if you're a painter and you're like, I'm sketching this idea out. If you're a dancer, you're a choreographer, whatever, you're like, I'm kind of just sketching the way I'm gonna fit these pieces together. Like, it's the same thing in music. You come with like these ideas that aren't songs yet. And
Hmm.
Khalif will present stuff to me, and he'll play something, and I'll be like, yeah, this is whack. Or, like, this is my opinion, right? Like, who knows? It might be the hottest shit, but, like, for me, it's whack, whatever. Or, like, he'll give me something, and I'll be like, wow, this is actually really crazy. But, like, he'll have some crazy sound in it, and I'll just hear, like, I'll, like, see all the way through the forest, and I'll see this one thing, and I'll be like, you got a really good idea there, like, let's clear this, and, like, let's pull it out. Like, it's, me hearing it as a producer, or like sometimes I put on like an A&R hat, like, how can we mold this into something that we can build on together. And, like, he
Hmm.
came to me with this sketch of Color My Soul. It wasn't Color of My Soul then. It was just an idea that he had made in the machine, like in the drum machine. And it had just this crazy fucking groove. There was like these drums going, it was so chunky and groovy. And it was like, from what I remember, it wasn't even really like accurate in terms of like a full loop. It kind of had like
Nope.
it was
Yep.
weird. It was raw as fuck. And then it had these crazy ass sounds, like, ooh, like weird ass sounds, like, coming on top. And I'm just like, yo, my man was probably real blitz, like in the headphones, like jamming out. Like, who knows, right? Like, where your headspace when you were making it, whatever. But I remember telling you, like, yo, these drums are crazy,
Crazy. Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
And man, if people understand, like, if you make music and you're watching, listening to this right now, if you make music, that there are things that sometimes you wish you could just do better, because, like, maybe you can make a dope bass line, but you're whack at creating melody. Or maybe you have like really interesting melody, you're constantly humming melodies and stuff and coming up with ideas, but like your drums are flat or weak as fuck.
Right.
Like, there's always these deficits. And, like, it's, for me, like, when I speak on like where I sit as a producer, if drums come together and they are just fat, it doesn't matter what style of music, especially with dance music, obviously, but when the drums really come together, I feel like the song could do no wrong, because you always have square one. Like, some people, like, it needs to have a really catchy hook, it needs to have a really catchy melody. Like, I get all that, like, every part can be
It's the
important.
heartbeat. It's the
But
heartbeat. It's the
exactly.
heartbeat.
Exactly. And of course, especially with me and Ka, like, we're dancers. So, like, we tend, like, 9 times out of 10, when we're making like house music, like, we really fall back on, does this make us want to rock? Like, do we actually want to get down? And I think that's a really good relationship, because I don't make a lot of dance music with a lot of other dancers. Like, I can count that on, like, maybe two fingers, realistic. It's like me and Ka, and then sometimes, and then what I do with me and William with Tomahawk Bang. So it's like, there's not like a huge, for me, there's not like and of course, Lady C as well. Just a very different working relationship there. But, like, there's a very small circle of me. I collaborate with a lot of people, but dance wise, it's a different vibe. Um, so yeah, so okay, so last little thing before we premiere the video, and then of course, if people have questions, you can put them in the chat, and then after the video, if there's anything y'all want to know, we'd be happy to like answer some more questions, but this will be the last little thing. So where did the concept, like this idea and the concept, the message behind Color of My Soul, where did this come from, Khalif? Or if there's not like a deep place, you know, what does it stand for? What does it represent for you? Like what that idea of Color of My Soul?
Well, first off, I want to say, and this is about our working relationship.
Yeah.
What I've learned through working with you is that through you, you know, the fact one thing I appreciate about you, you're very honest. And I learned that your honesty has helped me elevate, you know, so you help me understand that it's not about my ego. It's not about my pride. It's about putting that pride aside for the greater good. What's the greater good? The greater good is succeeding.
Yeah.
So overall, that's what I learned. I'm like, he's seeing something that I don't see. And at times I'll see something that you don't see, but together it works.
Yeah.
And that's important. So that's what I learned. Like sometimes I'll, you know, and I'll lobby for a sound. You're like, that sound is horrible, bro. And I'm like, but wait a minute, I think it works, but maybe not. And you're like, but not on that key, because that's way off. That's way too high or way too low. And then we'll kind of come to agree. It's like, well, we can fit it in, but not yet. Let's put it over here, as opposed to. But that's the special thing about our relationship, that we are able to work through it. In regards to Color My Soul and the meaning, when I was listening to it, this is what came to mind. Because, you know, you're like, what are you going to call it? I'm like, damn, I don't know. But I said, once we put that sample, that, I was like, how about color my soul? And I remember you looking at me like, okay, all right. And you hear your fingers like, that's it. Because once you hear Cody's fingers like, it's done. It's a done deal. There's no changing it. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I hope my fingers.
So what it means to me, like because everything that I said, I freestyle. So what I was trying to convey in the freestyle, you know, I was trying to be poetic, but at the same time, I was trying to make sense.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think about the racial dynamic. I was trying to think about life, my life, our life, and some of the things that we discuss. So all of those things got thrown into that freestyle, and in a way of explaining myself, like, you know, of explaining the way I feel about certain things. You know, like when I say a color has no country. You know, it's something that I don't own that, but it's something it's the truth if you actually really think about it. And it's something that I heard that I was like, for this particular tune, this makes sense.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm happy that it resonates differently with different people, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Right. I feel you. Hey, what up, Chauncey? What up, Corey? We see you in the chat. Big love. Thank you for checking us out. But yo, actually, when you were talking right there, it made me realize an earlier conversation. People got to realize, like, this song came out during lockdown. It's also come out at a time where we have a very important amount of civil uprising around very important topics having to do with Black lives and the injustices facing against our people in this country. But this song is not something that me and Khalif were like, you know, like, this is the time, this is it. Like, this was something that predates. This is our regular, where our heads are at, you know, when we're doing like, you know, this isn't a reactionary thing. It just happened to be the timing of what happened was now. And I think that's indicative of like how the art speaks to the people and the products, you know, the product of the art, right? We are the people of this art, right? And I think that the song speaks a lot to that. And it reminds me of a conversation that we had even before this, bro. Like, and Khalif said something really profound that I absolutely loved. And I've actually told this to a number of young people that I've had conversations with over the last few months. And remember, we were talking, and it's right in line with the song. We were talking, and you were like, man, how beautiful is the idea of what the dance community represents internationally. We are really all types of people from all backgrounds, all cultures, beliefs, practice, spiritual practices, religious practices, shapes, colors, sizes, etc. And we all come together around a common creative point. And yeah, obviously there's different levels of relationships. Some people don't get along, some people get along fantastically, but this is the social experience, right? Like nothing's perfect, but we can all still find a common ground. And you said, how come we don't have something that's a representative at like the UN level, or like some like, you know, bigger international or government level, like political standing? Like, how come we can't represent that voice? Because we've already figured out how to get along in a lot of ways, where other people are like, they're not figuring it out. And I think it's a beautiful sentiment, right? Because it's true.
Yes.
You know, put dance politics aside of who's hot, who's winning what, yada, yada, yada. But like, really, it's like the music, the volume, the people of all different types, the movement, and everybody just kind of like, they work it out together. And that stands for something really, I think, really beautiful. And this song, like, even though it's not like the most wordy song, I think it encapsulates that in its vibe, its message. So yeah, man, I appreciate that conversation. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I always think about that.
Well, we gotta make that materialize. That has to come to fruition now. We need that to happen.
I think music like this is a good start, you know, or at least like a good way to push it. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I see y'all in the chat. Orb, what up, my brother? What up, Rama? What's good, family?
Peace.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna drop the video. So in full transparency, or maybe some of you haven't seen it. We did it was like a social media campaign where Leaf and I reached out to like tons of friends and dancers during the lockdown, and we were like, hey, we have a song. It would be amazing if you could just throw a few counts on it, dance for a few seconds, like
spread the love.
If you're feeling it. And a lot of people hurting because they're out of work or what have you, people stuck in certain countries or cities because of the lockdown. Like, so many people came through and showed us a lot of love, and even the people that we asked that weren't able to, a lot of them even told us like, yo, I'm sorry, it's not working out, whatever. But either way, like,
we're not mad at you. We're not mad at you at all.
We appreciate all of you that were a part of this, all the people we thought of. Obviously, we thought of you because we appreciate. And then even then, like, the amount of people that me and Khalif know that dance and that we, you know, adore their art, man, it's endless. We could have made a year's worth of videos.
For sure.
I mean, dude, we made 10 like almost 1 minute something clips, and each one had like 4 to 5 dancers in it. Like, that was a fraction, like this little tiny grain of sand in the world of our dance family internationally.
Exactly.
So we took all those videos, we kind of put them together, and then we added me and Khalif in just to kind of put the bow on it. So it's like we all kind of came together in this virtual space, got to dance with each other. Thank
one world, one heart.
Yo, thank you all so
much
again. So let's go ahead, Khalif, let's go ahead and drop the video. And then, of course, if you guys have questions, please put them in the chat. Otherwise, enjoy the giant mashup of the video. It's not very long because, you know, we didn't want to make it some long, drawn out thing. Nice and concise, straight to the point. So here you go. We hope you dig the final cut. And of course, after this stream has been archived, we will also put the video just itself on the Catch the Ghost YouTube page. So it's catchtheghost.tv or youtube.com/catchtheghost, and you can check it out. So here we go, my peoples.
Check it out. She said, color my soul, enrich my body with your essence. Give me your energy. Give me your power. If you could choose a color, what color would you be? If you can be a color, what color would you be? my soul. You think you know what color you are? A color has no country. My soul. My soul. Color my soul.
Oh yeah, fire! So dope. Oh man, thank you again for everybody who contributed.
I just wanted, I wanted to add on, like I really want to shout out all the dancers that that gave their time and submitted a video, because I know for some of you in other countries, you had other things on your plate because you have a lot more freedom than we have. Some people had to work, but some people found that time. And all the people here in the US and everywhere, thank you so much for being a part of this. This means so much to me, especially the people that I asked directly. Like the majority of people I asked sent me a video. Mm-hmm. So, oh man, thank you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate you all, really.
Yeah, and extending the thanks on my side as well. I mean, it was super cool to see everybody and just so many interesting, just so many interesting things. Like so many people sent us so much cool stuff. Like Emiko and Terry had their kids, and like, just, I mean, it was
it was really fly.
Yeah,
Nene came from behind the tree.
Yeah. We have people jumping out of bushes.
Jumping out of bushes.
It was just, it was super cool. And
Sarah was in the grass.
Yeah, it was like nature.
Sarah was in the grass. Katia was in the grass, like in nature, like
my man Littlefoot out in Vegas. It was like Vegas was closed, so he was in the Vegas Strip with.
He was like, I own this area. This is my area. This is my space.
That's a part of history. Like, what is Vegas going to be a ghost town? You know what I mean? Like, just super, super, super cool. So everybody,
Mish in his house.
A lot of people don't know the Mish gave me like 7 angles and was like, bro, use whatever angle that you want. And I was like, I can't do this. This can't be a Mish music video, bro. I can't put every angle in. No, I'm just playing. He did give me hella angles though. It was, that's Mish.
And we had a balance between male and female.
Yeah, of course. I mean, come on, like if
we really had a balance. It was beautiful, beautiful.
If you look at, especially when it comes to house dance, if you look at like who really, to be honest, like who's really holding it down, it's a lot of girls. I mean,
it's the ladies.
Yeah,
ladies. Yes, the women are holding it down.
Yeah,
respect.
Yeah,
this is a salute.
So that just means that now we need more dudes to come out of retirement No, but it's a beautiful. No, to be 100% honest and not cracking jokes, it's a beautiful thing to see so many different types of people presented.
Yes.
So super dope. Cool. Well, yo, we'll let you all have your Friday afternoon back. We really appreciate everybody.
Yes.
There's more good stuff coming from Catch the Ghost. Like I was saying at the beginning, if you're joining us, a little late, Khalif has a new EP coming out with DJ
August
Sparty.
7th. August 7th. First
So
wave.
so August 7th, you can check out like anywhere where you download or stream music, you'll be able to check out First Wave. The EP's titled First Wave. And it's a really cool 4-track EP. They did a great job. Super dope. It'll be out on Catch the Ghost Records, like I said, anywhere you can get it. We also have new music coming out from Noe Lopez a little later this year. We have some stuff possibly by Ever After later this year. Kind of depends on what her flow's looking like. Of course, I'm gonna be
happy belated birthday to Ever After.
Yeah,
she just had a birthday.
Happy birthday to Ever After. Tomahawk Bang's birthday is coming up next month.
All right.
So next week, for those who want to join in on the Simmer Room, we have a special Simmer Room edition. Our Simmer Rooms are Wednesdays at 6. Catch the Ghost.tv. Q Violin, the brother, our Sour Patch brother. He's if you don't know his music, he's a beautiful musician, singer, songwriter. He's going to be joining me live, performing live and improvising and rocking out with me on the Simmer Room next week. So come join, and if you're feeling the music, all the tips and proceeds of any tips that you guys feel like throwing at us, they go straight to him. He's a touring musician. That's his grind, and his grind has been cut off. He was on tour damn near a whole year. So we're trying to help keep our artists moving and eating bologna sandwiches through these rough times.
Shout out to all the DJs out there. Shout out to DJ Kimmit for bigging us up yesterday when I was judging that contest. He gave us mad love. Oh man,
good people.
Yes.
Thank you. So hey, big love everybody. I don't see any questions come through, so we'll just let you all get back to it. This video should be archived, but I'm also going to then publish the music video as is. So if you are in the video and you feel like sharing it, please share that video. Much love, and again, thank you from the bottom of our heart. We'll catch you later.
Peace.